Hello, hello. Welcome to Decoding Quirks with Aditi. And in this hour, we have a phenomenal guest who has come to Dubai over a year ago and made his presence in this content creation world. He came with an honest dream and showed us a realistic side of Dubai, maybe even we didn't know existed. And his storytelling charm has really brought us addicted to his account. So let's welcome AT. I love
Thank
it.
you.
I love that you're doing your content creation here. Good job.
I was just trying to get some B-rolls.
That's nice. Welcome. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So, how is it? How is it in Dubai? How is it feeling?
Uh, Alhamdulillah, I'm loving it.
Right?
Yeah.
So, when someone does come to Dubai, what should they expect? What should they expect and what should they be ready for? Talking from your honest truth.
Yeah. The first and foremost thing is walking, a lot of walking. Like, you'll be easily able to hit your 10,000, even 15.
You know what? Honestly, a lot of people would have thought it the other way because everybody would expect to like get into cars and drive around.
You can expect your fair share, of course, that is there.
Yeah.
But in general, you would still have to walk. I mean, see, one way or other, you are walking. If you are a car person, you are walking in the parking lots.
Yeah.
If you don't own a car or have access, you'll be walking from the metro.
And you can always like hit your 10K steps in the mall.
Definitely.
The malls are like super huge and super big.
Yeah.
Right. That's amazing. So tell me about your journey. What made you want to come to Dubai?
I don't know. You know this, right?
Yeah.
We've spoken about it. It's a very, I don't know. I just wanted to be here, I'm just saying it again, but it does not make sense to me, even though I say it. Even when I'm saying it right now, I don't know why. I just wanted to be here. That's all. It was not for the lifestyle or anything. You know that.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to be here.
So, was there something that attracted you? Is it the shine of Dubai? Was it the dreams of Dubai?
Back then, I wasn't very familiar with the whole concept of Dubai dream. You know, the Dubai dream that is
Yes.
being
Yes.
thrown around a lot lately. Yeah.
Yes.
But I was not familiar about that. One thing that I can still think of is I like the heat. I like the hot weather. So that was one added.
Yeah. And you will get a lot of hot weather here.
We are going into it right now.
Yes, immediately, like from tomorrow. That's true. I know you did mention that you would watch content videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And that also started your content creation bug. And you would
Yeah.
watch like Dubai, a lot of Dubai vlogs and a lot of Dubai reels.
Yeah.
So tell me more about that.
I just, we're all consumers, right?
Yes.
YouTube or
Yes.
in any form. So that's how it started. Like I had started watching. I had been watching for a lot of years. So initially it was about tech, and that's where my interest also lied back then. So I made a few tech videos, a few videos about unboxing mobiles. Like if a relative or a friend got one, they would let me unbox it because they knew how much I liked it. So
Sweet.
yeah. Later on, it was like a few education infotainment based videos, like factual based, geography based sort of. And that became vlogs.
How did you find your niche? And I know you mentioned your niche is like storytelling.
Yeah.
How did you find that? And especially here in Dubai.
Moving to Dubai was a dream, but content creation was also a dream. Separate things. Like
Okay.
they were never the same thing. But Alhamdulillah, I've been able to like combine both of them. So I'm very glad about that. But the storytelling bit, I think, started when I started applying for content creation jobs.
Okay.
And I realized that maybe I can structure a story around the daily, like the day-to-day things, general things we do.
Yeah.
And both of them can be merged. Usually when anybody is writing a script or a story about a particular thing, it's about something significant, not about your day-to-day things. But I thought if we can bring the two of these together.
And you tried that, and it
It
really
worked.
took off.
Yeah, it worked. It was a
So,
new thing.
yeah. So, question
Yeah.
is, did you feel like were you comfortable to actually put your day to day onto your vlogs? Like, did you feel like it was invading personal space? And because Dubai has two sides, right? Dubai has the bling and Dubai has the non-bling side. So, were you comfortable putting?
I was not thinking about the two sides and everything. Yes, I agree. That's 100% true. But back then, I was not thinking about all of these things. If I'm being honest with myself, the only thing, like the moment you step back and think, that one moment was, should I include the cockroach clip or not?
Yeah.
That is when I had thought, should I do it or not? That's all.
Why did you think about it?
I mean, that is not the best of visual to show to anybody, Some people would be comfortable. They wouldn't even care about it. Or for some, it would be icky.
Okay, so it's just the ick. You weren't worried about like what people will think and all of that.
No.
No. Okay. And how did you manage to not think about the comments that you would get of like, why are you staying in such a place?
I had not thought of it so far down the line, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I was not expecting to get so many views in the first place. It's all relative. The views increased, the likes increased, the comments came. So I was never expecting it to blow up like the way it did.
Yeah, that's true. But when it did, it felt great, right?
Very good.
Yeah. I know we did speak about the fact that when you started this account, no one knew about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you tell me why and how did it
Yes.
go ahead with it?
I just need to give a little bit of a backstory. Back in the days when I was trying YouTube, the tech videos, the infotainment videos, you remember, I just said, when I made those videos, I was very keen to share my work with my friends, family, you know how it is. So I did. And I did get some views. But then I started realizing that, if the video is not something that interests you, that you would generally watch, then you will watch the first couple videos because you're close to me. But after that, you'll just drop off. You'll click on the link, but then you'll move away. And that will affect my view count.
Wow. Yes.
Because it is not, first of all, you are being redirected to the video via a link, external source, not by the platform itself. Second, you're not watching it entirely.
Got it.
Which also will affect the view time.
Yes.
So because of that, I thought if the video reaches the right person who it is
meant for,
then good.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point in sharing with people.
I completely relate to what you're saying because I felt like the biggest problem for me as well was talking about my mental health journey on my personal page. I felt like if I opened up a new page and my page started faceless as well.
Yes, you
right?
mentioned. Yeah.
I didn't want anyone to know who I was because I wasn't still sure which direction I wanted to go in. So I opened up my page faceless. I didn't tell my friends. I didn't tell my family. And then a year or two later, then when you start getting published and people tag you, that's when people knew. A few friends of mine didn't know that I have a page and they were like not allowed to follow.
Yeah. Just stay away from it.
Stay away.
Like you mentioned, yeah.
And it's the same reason, AT. It's because at some point you are not the end consumer of it.
Yeah.
Right? So my views do get affected and it might not reach the right person that it's supposed to reach. So I completely relate to this.
I don't know if I'm in that level, but like anybody, if ever asks me for some advice, the only thing, the first and foremost thing I say is, please don't try to like share it via that link.
Why? Because of this.
Yeah.
Right. Nothing else, like not critique. So the thing is that when we share our own personal page with our friends and family, because they love us, they will end up giving us feedback okay.
No, because it's my creative process, my vision. The other person, I'm not devaluing the other person's feedback, but with all due respect, your feedback is according to what you consume and what your interests are.
Yes.
It might not be.
Yes.
So unless you are a person with, I'm just saying 1 million to
Yeah.
Like unless you've made it in the same space, I don't think I want any advice from you.
That's so brave. I love that.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot to get to this place for sure.
I am not. This has been there since the beginning. If the interests are not aligned, then why am I asking you?
That's true. That's true. So that's the thing. Why am I asking you? I love that. I also have noticed that you joined a work right now.
Yes.
You joined a job.
2 weeks old now.
Oh.
Today is the 15th day. Today is the 15th day.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about going from being a content creator, having that comfortable, flexible hours to choosing a 9 to 5?
First and foremost, I'll just put it out there. I was loving it.
Yes.
But also, I was getting uncomfortable because you start losing that sense of discipline. Wake up whenever you want. And by whenever, I mean sometimes 2 in the afternoon. It's not just for the sake of productivity. I mean, it's just not good for you.
I agree.
Even if you're on vacation, like what the hell are you doing with your day? Come on.
Yeah. So it does bring down some form of stability and discipline
Yes,
into
definitely.
your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
also finances.
yes, let's not forget that.
We have to talk about that.
Yes, 100%. I think having that financial stability is something that gives you that security to go out there and explore your passion.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So I think in pursuit of financial stability, don't put your dreams away. Then you will be regretting. So you need to find that balance.
Yes.
Like the hours, and I'm Alhamdulillah. You'll be hearing Alhamdulillah a lot.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, but Alhamdulillah, I'm very grateful that this job allows me that.
Okay. So what should someone look out for in a job that allows them to follow their passion and also get that stability and discipline?
That's a little bit specific to each person, but I think look for better work hours, definitely. Having an occasional work from home also helps you.
Yes.
That flexibility is very crucial, like even if it's just one day a week or something.
Yes.
And to be very frank, this job is 6 days a week. Okay. But since it is more deliverables based rather than the hours based, I'm able to have the flexibility.
I think a lot of like MNCs also just make you sit onto that desk. So
like you are supposed to clock in from maybe 10 to 6. You are supposed to be there.
Yes.
Doesn't matter if you are doing something or not.
And I think companies nowadays are bringing in a better work culture, which is bringing in what you just mentioned, is bringing in the deliverables over the amount of hours that you're spending in front of the screen or on your seat.
Yeah.
And that has improved a little bit of the work culture around here.
I think as we are with the new generation coming in, Gen Z, and in general, the work culture has been moving more towards having a balance and like also some mental stability, mental peace, rather than just hustling just because you should be productive.
Yeah, I think it is moving towards more productivity rather than just showing up,
That's
yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
Talking about Gen Z, do you identify as a Gen Z or a millennial?
No, I'm a millennial.
Millennial, okay. Because sometimes,
right?
Yeah, I'm a millennial, but I know a lot of millennials who identify as Gen Zs as well.
That's your mindsets can match. That's not a problem at all. But I mean, come on, birth here is a thing.
So okay, I'm gonna just say this. I am a millennial who loves working with Gen Zs. And it comes from the sense of they are so aware of the mindset. They're so aware of what's right and wrong for them. I love it. I feel like I've completely vibed with them.
Actually, now that you said it, I think a couple of times I've worked with for whenever I've needed
Oops. We can just have that clean at some point.
I just want to get a quick photo of you.
I cannot believe I have done this on the podcast.
You just spilled the coffee rather than spilling the tea.
Yes, I did. I think it's going to be great though.
I have had like my fair share of fun during podcasts, but this was something.
I know, right? You can expect to have fun with me here. Yeah.
Clap again.
All right. Okay. I'm not sure where we were, but
Some work culture, I guess.
yeah, the work culture. Talking about the work culture, how does one really get over a tough situation or an uncomfortable situation, especially here in the UAE, now that you've been here for a while and you have seen what the culture is here? How does it, because as an expat, it is a little bit tough, right? This is not your country.
I mean, that part is true. But like, I think I really do not have the experience to answer this. Because the reason I say this is because I have definitely had some clashes
Exactly.
with my previous bosses. I mean, I've said it in the vlogs also.
Yeah.
Disagreements, rather.
Yeah.
The exact word.
But your experience.
Yeah,
Different from your experience.
but I think you don't need to fight, but make sure you put across your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
That's the most basic thing you can do.
Yeah.
Like share what's bothering you.
yeah, that's true. And do they listen? Do you feel like in your experience or
To some extent.
yeah.
To some extent.
So if you do put your foot down, they
Yeah.
will listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like the biggest problem that people do face in Dubai is because that they're expats, they feel like they need to like bend down and give in a little
Yeah.
bit extra at work.
But see, I mean, I've come across like I've heard stories that I think it's the More MOHRE.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it More the government?
Yeah.
The arm of the government that helps with the labor
The laws. Yeah, the labor laws. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it can be helpful. Like I've heard, like sometimes there are I don't know, visa issues. Like
Yeah. And they do help.
yeah,
Yeah. So the Dubai law is there to help for sure.
yeah.
But I also feel like some of the expats that come here don't want to end up there. They don't want to be ending up in a position where they need the law to help, because I think there's also a negative connotation attached to that.
Yeah.
Right? So
But do you think that is more of an Indian thing?
I was literally going to come to this question.
Yeah.
Do you think it's more of an Indian thing? And I would say, yeah.
To some extent, it is. Yeah.
I feel like as in our Desi culture, we have been brought up to always please, and everyone must be pleased by you. So if you go into a job and you are the one creating the problem, somehow, even though you are right, the story will be looked at negatively for you.
Because I mean, see, again, we were just talking about this in the car for a different thing, that it is you yourself that is putting so much pressure on yourself. So sometimes the issue might not even be that big. It can be just resolved by just making one simple request to like the right person, obviously. But you are putting so much pressure on yourself in your own head that you want to.
Yeah.
You're just overthinking, basically.
Yeah. And I feel like most times when you ask for what you want, you will get it. But again, I don't know if it's the Desi culture that we've been brought up in. We are afraid to ask for what we want.
I've been there.
We feel like it's beneath us. We should not be asking for what we want. And that really brings down our own self-worth in our mind.
I think it's not about being beneath, rather than it's about
Do I want trouble?
No. Have I done enough to deserve this?
Wow.
Can I be asking for that for leaving half an hour early today? Like, have I proved my worth?
Yes. So it is about proving your worth versus coming in with worth.
Oh. That was like a Uno reverse. I mean.
I love it. It got a little deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do feel that happening a lot with us as the Desi Indian culture. But on the other side, I have seen a lot of other expats that do walk in with their worth. So do you have any experience that way?
Like you come in and say, I've done this, and maybe I can do the same for you.
Yeah.
That's what you mean.
Yeah, or like I have finished my work today. I want to leave like at 6 p.m. I want to leave at 5:30. I want to leave half an hour early.
No, I've never been there.
Okay, okay.
I can't comment.
Okay, all right.
But the closest thing I have was on my first job. I had stayed late hours, which was more of a common thing. But that is because this is sort of unofficial, but I just kept on doing it, so it became sort of unofficially official. I was never able to get up on time. So the official work hours started from 9:30 and everybody clocked out 6.
Okay.
At 6. People used to wait, like close their laptops by 5:55 and at 6 they're out, like punch out, khalas.
Yeah.
Since I used to come in by 10:30 or more 11ish, so I used to stay up till 11. I know this is taking away from the point.
No.
But this is what I used to do.
No, that.
And I never really asked for anybody for the permission. It just became a thing.
Yeah, so you just created your space.
Yeah.
Like you have in the
And
Dubai.
I was again very grateful.
Yeah.
For for my team lead, Patricia. She's super nice. So I think it just worked out.
Yeah. I think it's also important to have that connection with your team leader and your manager to be able to
it does help. It
to
does help.
work stuff out, because I do know a lot of people who have a toxic work culture there, and it's very taxing at the end of it.
I've heard.
So we know that you worked at Hive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you were a game master at Hive, which was a super cool job.
I still miss it, very honestly.
What do you miss about it?
First and foremost is definitely the board games.
Yes.
Getting introduced to new board games. I'm a board game geek. I like that.
Okay.
So that's the first part of the job. Second, I would say, is meeting people. I loved meeting and interacting with people.
I'm a little curious. What does an interview for a game master look like? Like, did they ask you something different?
One specific thing was if you can explain this particular game, and this happened to be Catan. He asked me which games do you know, so I knew Catan. So
Okay.
and I sort of explained it to him.
Okay. So it's basically they just ask you knowledge about games.
And how you can explain it.
Okay. That's
But now that I look back, I was definitely not groomed enough. You learn a lot of things on the job. Just because you think you've been playing a game for like 5 years, 10 years, you know the game, the ins and outs of the game. But do you know how to explain it? That's a different game altogether. Yeah. How good are you at making it easier for the other person to understand?
Okay. So do you feel like because you have like mastered the art?
I feel like I'm so sorry to
No,
cut
that's
you off.
okay.
I feel like I should have brought a simple card game. We could have played it on the
Played it.
podcast.
I know.
We could have asked Gabriel to join us.
So, because you have mastered this art of making it simple to explain to to everybody how to play that game.
The customer.
To the customer. Do you feel like you used those skills in your content creation?
I never thought about it. Or was it? I think it can be also the other way around.
Yeah.
But I never thought about it. It's a new thing. I've started contemplating on it now.
This is what happens when you decode with me. But okay, so we know that you've been at Hive, and we know that you really enjoyed that job.
Yeah.
But we also all know that you have the golden visa. How did that happen?
I was working with Emirates Loves India. And they had nominated my name along with all the other employees.
Yeah. But I also know that this was a dream, so...
Yes, it was.
How did that feel? Like, you having a dream, you did something that was very unrelated to that dream.
When the person working over there first told me that, do you want us to nominate your name? You just have to fill up these details. I genuinely thought that is this even real? I was not able to believe it. I don't want to say any word that you would have to beef out later, but it was unbelievable, and I did not believe her.
Yeah.
It took me a few seconds to grasp the reality. I was ecstatic. I was so happy.
Yeah, because you don't, I mean, it takes a certain amount of financial stability to apply for the golden visa.
Yeah.
Was it because of that? Like,
Yeah, I mean, yes, but to a normal Joe like me, it just seemed unattainable. It was like one of those pipe dreams.
yes. So, can we say that you manifested this?
I told you, how I feel about that. I'm not sure about manifestation, but alhamdulillah, I feel like I wanted it, and Allah knew. So
Yeah.
somehow,
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes the ends just meet. Like if something is meant for you, we try to control something.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always work how you want it to be, right?
The universe has a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me as well, I always tell people that manifestation doesn't mean that you'll just write it down and put it under your pillow or just visualize it.
Yeah.
That is one step of it.
Sure, yeah.
But you did the work. It's about doing some work around it. You wanted to come to Dubai. You must have asked someone, what is the visa
Yeah,
like?
definitely.
How is Dubai? How does it look? How does it feel?
For sure.
So you put in the effort.
Yeah.
Right? So it just doesn't happen on its own. It's not like an overnight miracle.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, but to give you an example, like if you are asking people how should I go, how do I apply, or do you have a job for me, which is also the very I used to ask that also all the time,
of
because that
course.
allows you to move here, right? So I think somebody might come up with something.
Yeah. So it's about putting yourself out there.
Yeah.
It's about not feeling afraid about putting yourself out there.
Yeah. I mean, if you want something, like, just go for it.
Yeah. And I feel like that's also something that people are afraid about. The biggest way, you are your biggest hurdle when it comes to achieving something. And in this case, you went ahead and removed all those negative connotations that what will people think if they will judge anything, and you went ahead and asked. So would you have any advice for someone who is looking to move over here? Like any way of how they would?
It can be a little difficult because if see, jobs are plenty, but the amount of people applying for them is also a very huge number. So that is not a concern, sorry, but that is something people need to factor in. So one thing I tell people is just keep trying.
Yeah.
That's all I can say, because that's what I did.
Yeah.
I kept on trying to be here.
How long did you try for?
It was a little bit on and off, but roughly, I would say 3 years before I could move here.
Wow.
It's roughly 3 years.
And when you made it, you were really excited about it.
Oh, I was so glad.
And I
actually felt before I had, when I moved here with the Hive job, that is the first time I landed in DXB. Earlier, I had always traveled from either Abu Dhabi airport or Sharjah airport.
Okay.
So when I landed in DXB, I felt like I have finally made it to Dubai.
Yes, you finally made it to Dubai. I know that feeling.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people who've come here and said something very similar. It's like you've achieved something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So when you come here, you obviously don't know a lot of people. Right? And I've always said this, that Dubai has an unsaid rule of when you come here, you'll meet that one person who's already been here, and you know them through friends or family, and they will take you around and they will show you places.
Good places to eat.
And show you what you should do and shouldn't do, and what you should avoid and shouldn't avoid, how to manage your expenses. And somehow, when the next person comes from Bombay or from any other place, you will do the same thing for them. So Dubai is so beautiful, and it has this unsaid rule. And I know I've been a part of this. Did you experience it?
Yes, I think alhamdulillah, I've been here long enough to have been
part
there
of both,
in both the sides. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have had more than one person who has helped me discover that. Not just that one person, but more than one.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And as I said, right, it is such a magical place.
Yeah.
Dubai being such a magical place, it will always help the expats.
Yeah.
It's like a ecosystem. It's like it's a loop, and it's a beautiful loop to be in. But
it's also a fast moving loop.
yes, it is. I think we've also spoken about this.
How friends are here temporarily.
Yeah. So Dubai is again a transit place at some point, right? You're either coming from India to Dubai and
That's
then
a very interesting way. When you said it for the first time, also I was very intrigued by how you put it.
Yeah. I mean, also because I've been in Dubai for a very long time.
Yes,
So I've
yes.
seen the recycling that has happened, right?
Recycle, another interesting term. Recycling.
Yeah. So people come from India, they come to Dubai, and from Dubai they'll go to like Canada or
Yeah.
other West countries
Yeah.
probably. And you put in all your efforts to make these friends like family. Because as an expat, when you come to Dubai,
Yeah.
if you are unwell, these are your friends who are going to take a sick
Yeah.
leave from their
They
work
are
to
your
take
family here.
yeah, to take you to the hospital. So they are your family. So when you put in so much effort and then after like 4 years they leave the country and go, how is that? How does that feel?
Heartbreaking.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, one thing I've come to realize, we are all like, it's a cliche line, but we are all just characters in other people's stories, right?
I agree. I agree on this so much. And a lot of times in my sessions as well,
Yeah.
I say this that you are the main character of your story.
Yeah.
Everyone else is the supporting character, right? You are your main character.
I think I'm trying to write a script,
Yeah.
but I have like a working script in place. But it's about, like, I was just thinking about this on the metro and how you are able, like, a person will accompany you from one station to another, but they won't be there for the entire duration of the journey,
Wow.
from start to the end.
Yeah. And who's there from start to the end? Just you, right?
Yeah.
At this point, it's just you. So it's your story, and you are the main character in it. And even your storytelling vibe, when we see it on TikTok and Instagram, there is a little bit of gratitude, thankfulness, positivity. And sometimes not all those moments are moments to be grateful for, especially when you have cockroaches in your kitchen. How do you manage to do that?
I feel any person always has something that he or she can be grateful for.
Yeah.
So it's better to look at those positive things
Yeah.
rather than the things that are not going right.
What would happen if people don't?
I have personally suffered from blaming others, blaming myself. You know how the whole process goes, right?
Yeah.
So I've had health issues. And it's a negative feedback loop, you know.
Yeah.
You are always irritated and
Being in the victim mentality more, right?
Yeah.
Keep blaming yourself. Why
Yeah.
this? Why me?
yeah.
Why not them?
I mean, why not them is like, I feel like sort of wishing it, but why
Yeah,
me?
why
That
me?
is a valid. I don't know if
Yeah.
I was there at the
Yeah.
why them, but I was definitely thinking why me.
Why me? Exactly.
Yeah. So it's that's
But
it's
that's such
very
a
easy to say it, you know, in just a couple sentence, but it messes your whole
What made you
mentality.
come out of it?
Time.
Yeah. Time heals.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it is very important to come out of the negative zone, to come into the positive zone,
Yeah.
to make some changes.
Yeah.
Right?
It's all about the mental state you are in. I think that helps a lot.
Yeah, exactly. When you are positive, see all the amazing changes that have happened around you, right?
I'm again beyond grateful for these things just happened, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, question.
Yeah.
Do you think that it was easier for it to happen? And easier, I'm not using it very loosely. Easier for it to happen in Dubai versus Mumbai? Because you tried over there with your unboxing and stuff like that.
I often think about it. I don't know. It happened here, so I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like I will give you one example. I've been asked how is the content creation thing, content creation scene in Mumbai versus in Dubai. I said I don't know. I can only answer for how it is in Dubai.
Yeah.
I've never been. I feel, see, you become a content creator when you choose to make the content.
Yeah.
But also when it starts reaching the audience, that's when you start getting that feedback, whether it's working or not. So that for the most part happened only after I started making content in Dubai.
Did TikTok help?
TikTok I think is the
Yeah.
thing I should. It's the platform that was responsible rather.
Yeah, because TikTok's not there in Mumbai, right?
India.
Yeah, in India, it's not there. It got banned. So coming here gave you the opportunity to retry or try on TikTok.
Not retry. I was never
Just-
there. Yeah,
just try.
like every other Indian. I mean, I'm sure you remember how the sentiment was. Still is. I don't know. I don't think people are thinking about TikTok anymore in India.
Not as much, but people who did have it big on TikTok, they were quite upset.
They were. I
were.
remember those times. But they have like it's been so long that they have amassed a lot of following on other platforms, Instagram and YouTube.
I agree, and I also feel like you can't spend enough time on like spilling over spilt tea, spilt milk,
Coffee.
yeah. But so they do move on.
Yeah. I think it's just how it is. Like, you can't just keep on sitting there and sulking about what has
Yeah.
happened. You have to move on and look at what you can do.
So TikTok helped you.
Yeah. I mean, I created a TikTok account only after getting here. After coming here, when I had come in my earlier trip, when I was up looking for jobs, when I stayed here for 5 months, I think I made my TikTok account after like almost 2 months or I don't know, 1 month or 2 months of coming here. That's when it hit me that TikTok is available here. I should change the region in my phone. And since it is big here, I was trying to use it to just apply for jobs. Like if I make a couple of videos here, there, and I can share them with the potential.
So you did come with the intention of being a content creator.
I was hoping to work in advertising space though, not as a content creator.
Okay, so you wanted to come in and be in this content creation world, but from more on the ad aspect of it.
No. Ad is ad, like copywriting,
Okay.
long format writing, articles, that. Content, I never looked at content creation back then as a job. Because you need to have, I think, you need to have that confidence in yourself. Because I had written a lot of articles. I had written articles for Tata Sky. So I was confident in my ability to write the long format and copies for the ad scene. That's what I was naturally applying for. But after moving here, like I said, I thought even content creation can be a thing, like a job.
Yeah.
That's why I made the TikTok account.
Yeah.
So that's where that shift started happening.
Yeah.
Like if I scroll down enough, I can show you where that shift happened. That's when I realized the video scene is moving from this to this.
Yeah.
So I stopped taking my the general memories in the landscape and moved to portrait.
Yeah, that's the only thing that works now because Reels and TikToks.
Yeah.
That's all we are able to consume at this point.
Yeah.
So basically you did, and when you started with Hive at that point, and you feel like, did you feel like you didn't get what you came here for? Like
No,
in
absolutely
the
not. I was just
ad-
happy to be here.
Okay. And now that you got what you wanted, how does that feel? Like you got exactly what you were saying you wanted,
Yeah.
right? So eventually after what, 1.5 years in Dubai?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years in Dubai?
In a few months, inshallah, 2 years.
Okay. You got what you exactly wanted. Is there any word of advice that you would give people?
I hate what I'm about to say. Very hustle mentality sort of a thing.
Say it.
But I think you should keep trying.
Yeah. Pushing, right? Not giving up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not easy.
Yeah, because you did mention some people just come in with confidence and some people are always like doubting their performance and some people might even have imposter syndrome or whatever.
I think I'm that confident guy. Walks in with confidence, but sometimes it takes a while to set the reality to set in.
Yeah, that's okay. As long as you've shown them what you can prove what you actually have.
I would like to. I always keep going back to this one line my cousin has said, and he's been in a very huge part of my journey in Dubai. So he said that when the NASA was building the Apollo missions when they were trying to get to moon, so they did not get the older guys to build the rocket and the spaceship.
Okay.
Because all of the older ones, the ones who had experience in that field, kept on saying that it's not possible, it's not doable. That's why they got the young ones
I can
who did not know sky is the limit. Literally.
I can totally relate to that because even in my field as a mental health coach, a lot of people earlier thought that we need to go to someone who has 20, 30 years of experience. And then they've also realized, but that person probably cannot relate to what I am going through as a 20-year-old. And also the learnings of someone who's been there in 20, 30 years comes from a different narrative, which was taught to them that time. No, there's nothing right or wrong about it. But as a 20-year-old, you want someone in their 30s to be able to relate to your problem and to be able to like help you and guide you in that direction. So a lot of people now are choosing younger people to push through the job and get things done faster.
But it also makes me worried.
About what?
20, 30 years down the line, when I am old, will I be looked over? I would not. Inshallah, I really hope I have something of my own where I can rely on,
Like a business?
Like a business, yeah.
Okay. Is that a dream goal? Is that the next goal?
Yeah.
Getting a business for more stability.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like if you know how
to No. Independence.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Financial freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I also feel like if you are someone who knows how to be relevant and is learning with times, you will fit into that zone at some point. I mean, look at Chris Fade right now. Right? I feel like he's 21.
Yeah.
Right? Look at his energy.
He's super relevant.
Exactly. He's super relevant. And he makes us feel like he's younger than us. He knows more than us, I think, at some point.
For sure.
Right? So you can, if you are relevant, you will still be in this space. You won't be redundant.
Yeah. Unless AI takes over.
Okay, so I have a theory about that as well.
Tell me.
I feel like if you put in... So AI will still do what you want it to do. So the idea needs to still come from you. You are still the owner of AI. So if you have good ideas, if you have good direction, if you are creative, AI will execute that for you. So eventually, you don't have to worry about AI taking over your jobs. You need to worry about starting to be more creative. And I think that's what people are worried about.
That makes sense.
Right?
That makes sense, yeah.
That does. Okay, so I know that you and me both are from Bombay.
Yes.
Okay. And we have seen a lot of Bombay people wanting to just pack their bags and take the next train to Dubai. Right? So I have so many friends from Bombay, and I think you must be knowing a lot of friends and family as well. Why do people want to come here? What is that dream?
I mean, Dubai has its appeal, right?
It does have an appeal. It is something that gives
glitzy,
you luxury.
Glamorous.
Yeah, along with money. Along with
I
cleanliness.
mean, no taxes, yeah.
And no taxes. 100%. So you feel like that's very essential. Does your standard of living get better in Dubai?
It does.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, who the hell am I to say I am? You know how
No. But still, like, even... I think this question is more relevant to you because I would like to know as someone who is also living the most realistic sense of Dubai. Right?
See, if I'm being very honest, home is better in Mumbai.
Okay.
But everything else, like if I'm comparing the train, the metro, which I just took here, and thank you for picking me up, by the way, from the metro.
No problem. That's the unsaid rule. We all do that.
Yes. But the other things do matter, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the cleanliness. So those things will increase your expectations from other places, I would say. Like having, okay, this is the basic thing, but most basic thing, but having washrooms available readily wherever you go.
Yes.
Them being clean.
Yes.
Clean washrooms. Then also the tissues and the hand wash being available.
That is so true. Dubai has it all sorted.
Yeah. This is the most basic thing, but
it's so important.
Yes.
It's so important. I think something that we have not really not given it much
thought.
Thanks to, not enough gratitude given to this.
Yes.
Like, I know that when I travel to whichever country, however west I go, my major problem is this. So, yeah. I mean, thank you, Dubai.
Yes, Salman. But yeah, they have made like these. You
Basic.
don't even think about these basic things.
Yeah, that's true. And I also.
But it's any basic and important.
Oh, absolutely. So, when your basics are sorted, you have a roof over your head, you have clothes on your back, you have food on your plate, and you have these basic needs like, water and going to the toilet and whatever. If all of that is sorted, you do feel a sense of safety. And Dubai has created a
That.
real big sense of safety.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you feel the safety between home and here?
I can only comment about Mumbai.
Yeah.
That's where I lived.
Yeah.
Dubai is definitely more safer.
Yes.
But I mean, Mumbai is one of the safest cities in India. We have spoken about this.
I agree.
Yeah.
So Bombay is really safe.
Yeah.
It is super safe. But at some point, you might still be aware that someone is on the street in the night walking with you.
Yeah.
But in Dubai, you're just like, no way. Like, don't you dare. You wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Because this is so safe.
That is the level of safety you have here.
And when you are so safe and in your subconscious, you're not thinking about all
it
the...
spoils you.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. Dubai does spoil you with its safety because now you have to be extra safe when you go somewhere else.
Yeah, I think that you are the best person. Yeah, I'm just realizing because you're constantly traveling between Mumbai and Dubai. So you must have to switch that like modes in your head, right?
I think I do.
I'll just leave my phone over here.
Yeah, so in Bombay, you still can in some places, but definitely when I travel to other areas in life, it's not possible for me to just leave my phone. I have to retrain my brain to go back to, I'm not safe, let's be safe, let's take care of things.
Yeah.
Because in Dubai, you can just leave your bag and reserve a table, right?
I did that and the mall security took that away.
Yes, but that's also safety.
Yeah.
That's extra safety.
Extra safety actually, yes.
Yeah. But anyways, Aditi, it's been so great to have you here. I'm getting
you.
signs that it's time for me to like go and wrap up. But it's actually been so amazing. I have so much more to talk about. I think we could just do another one like
I was just checking the time to see how long it's been.
Yeah, it just feels 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for sharing your insights, right?
Thank you for inviting. I mean, it's been wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much because I think we've all learned a lot about the real side of Dubai and the financial security and about just opportunities in general.
Just in general, just life in Dubai.
Yes, life in Dubai. Thank you. Very well said. So thank you and see you soon.
See you soon, inshallah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.